Hey y'all, so happy Saturday and welcome to week 26. This week's prompt is dream journaling. Yes, there's a method to my madness, so let's read from the manuscript and then we'll talk. So keeping track of dreams is hugely inspirational. I have found that to be the case over the years. Yes, my friends, I also keep a dream journal, but this has been an evolution, so I'm not expecting you to just start a separate dream journal, but just the idea of beginning to think about them when stuff comes up in the dream time. If you happen to remember a little snippet, just stop and put it in your our 365 journal, maybe just a little idea about it or a few words or maybe a quote or some thought or maybe a picture or image came up, but just use it as inspiration is what I'm suggesting. As a young person, I was definitely one of those people who always wanted to keep a journal, but couldn't manage past a few days. And then the book would sit untouched and empty for months to follow, and years actually. I had a romanticized notion that journaling, but couldn't seem to be consistent. As I continued to work as a professional artist and preparing for exhibitions and working as an adjunct professor at the Corcoran School of Art, I realized that the practice was beneficial for me, and the art journal as a structure just worked easily for this practice. So I realized I really needed to be doing some of this capturing my thoughts and images and stuff. And so just the idea of, okay, let's just do an art journal, which for me, I just did a lot of pictures and images and sketchy types of things and all that stuff in it. A lot of times I would just cut something out of a magazine that had inspired me and literally glue it to the page. I just glue it right in the center of the page, and I would consider that, well, I journaled today. I was doing all kind of stuff just to get into the flow of it. So, So what is interesting is that my dream journal was exhibited in a major show of book arts at the National Museum of Women in the Arts, primarily because the exhibition's theme was insomnia, and the curator knew that I had this art journal that was focused on dreamscape symbols and language. What are the odds? Literally, the journal that I had been, it was really a painted book as art type of journal. I was just like we're doing, I was painting in the pages, and I wasn't doing so much collaging, but just a lot of painting and drawing of images and things like that. And I had been working on the journal for a while. And like I said, the curator, because I was at the museum a lot doing other projects and doing some teaching and stuff, and she knew I had this journal, and so she invited me to exhibit it. And that was the exhibition that my dream journal was right next to a painting that Louise Bourgeois had done with, I think the title of her painting might have been Insomnia or something like that. But I thought, what were the odds? Me really pushing myself into and just trying to be consistent actually landed me not only in a major exhibition, but next to one of my all-time favorite artists. I just loved her connection to assemblages and, collage and her painting. And she also reminded me a lot of Louise Nevelson. I love Louise Nevelson. She was a sculptor, but I liked how she just used found objects and stuff and put them together in these big, huge assemblages. So that was kind of really self-affirming, the idea that, okay, I'm on the right track, it just opened a door for me. So yeah, what were the odds on that? However, that's exactly how life works. Everything will lead to the next and nothing is insignificant. My friends, this happened as a direct result of my journaling time, literally. Now I search for reasons to keep a journal and maintain them effortlessly. I believe the transition for me was when I discovered that they actually worked. Writing my thoughts, creating art, and keeping track of life in these journals allowed me to see progress and have increased gratitude to see the things I desired somehow become reality. And they also became a source of ongoing inspiration for my art. So I encourage you as we move into the coming month to integrate into your journaling time your dream time memories, daydreams of those things you'd like to have happen in your life. And yeah, and sort of just keep this fresh approach to, you know, just living our best life. And so I thought I would just pull out a couple of my dream journals. This is about 1.5 years of journaling, because I think this one I started in 6 of 19. And so, I mean, like a lot of times it'll be dream time stuff. Sometimes I'll just have the desire just to do scripting, and when I'm finished scripting, it'll be I'll just start writing things that I saw in the dream time. There might be images. I do sketching. Like I'll sketch, like in one dream I woke up, literally I was trying to figure out I was being shown how to square the circle. And literally what happened is it was like one of those visual things. Everything was moving and these lines just kept on forming. And the more the lines formed, this circle just kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until the circle filled up the square. It was really interesting. But so I sketched, I put that down. You know, I put all kind of little symbols. I'm writing stuff in here. Drawing. This was another language that came through for a project that I was working on with my assistant, a book that she wrote, and we sort of did this sort of Vonage manuscript type of feeling to it. And so that was a different kind of texting for me. I mean, not texting, scripting. So anyway, lots of that. So this is one. And then this is the one I just finished. And this one started in Mount Shasta. And it went all the way through to just this week, because I'll show you the one that I've just started. It's so funny. I just started it today. Isn't that something? Let me see. Where is it? I'm sorry, guys. I had it right here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I just started this new one today. Literally. Well, I started on the 21st, which was Monday. But I just had, hold up, where is it? I just had Mondays and then today's. And this is a book that I made. So this is one of the books we made over in Patreon. So this is all hand bound. I showed how to do traditional binding. We did it on cords. I covered it with a suede. So yeah. So now I'm getting ready to start this one. So I literally just have scores of my journals, which are mostly dream stuff, things that I see in dreams, sketches, you know, sketches of these type of images and stuff. So just sort of think in terms of be easy on yourself. You're already keeping this, which is amazing, right? So just incorporate some of things that come up for you with your dreams in your journaling time. Like, you know, you're doing collaging or whatever, you know, like maybe for a page like this, and then you have an idea that was in your dream or some thoughts or some words just in your blank spaces. Like we've talked about, just put the date and write some thoughts in any kind of open spaces that you may see in your journal, or like we've done before, how we create these open spaces to write in, right? So just really allow yourself not to stress it, but just to be in relationship to the possibilities of insights and inspiration that comes during the dream time. I think you'll be surprised at how much will come up when you just even say open-mindedly, okay, I'm going to be open to that. Like, because a lot of times I hear people say, well, I don't dream. I never remember my dreams. And all of that is so. But the mind is such an amazing thing when we open ourselves up to something like, you know, let's see, who knows? Maybe I'll start remembering stuff. I don't know. You know, just being open to it. You'd be surprised. I've worked with a lot of clients who would tell me the same thing. And after a few months of working together, like, it'd be these amazing dreams that they would share with me. Like, amazing. And like, okay, where did that come in? Like, I don't know where this is coming from. Well, it's always been there. It's just because it wasn't turned on. And, you know, when we turn it on, we will amaze ourselves. So just do a quick flip through from last week's prompt. and the mark making that we were doing, you know, self-compliment and the mark making. So these are just some of the pages I did with my Patreon tribe. We're just kind of having fun, just, you know, collaging some of these, and I kept it to just using the papers that I had done in the Saturday video. And it was hard because I kept on wanting to reach for other papers and other images and the like scripting stuff I knew and all that, but old book pages. But I said no. So sometimes I challenge myself to, I limit what I will use during my journal time. And in this case, I just limited it. And I really liked several things that came from it. So there we have it. Alrighty, so we are ready to go down to the table and get started with this week's prompt, which is our dream journaling. So I have something neat in store for you guys. So see you in a minute. Bye-bye. Okay, so we are on the table and we are working on week 26, which is our dream journaling. Yeah, I have been keeping dream journals for a number of years now, and I really find them very inspirational because it seems like if I can catch, I've taught myself how to catch those images when I first wake up, like so much of it really fuels my art. So something I encourage you to try to do. It takes patience with yourself, and sometimes you just write down bits and snippets of what you remember, and it feels like you're really not remembering anything. But it's another way of just being in communication with your muse, just that creative right brain part of yourself that is just screaming to jump into the game. So yeah, that's what you know, I want you to sort of just kind of be in the space of like, don't press, don't stress it, just kind of let it, just observe and sort of be in the mindset of, okay, I'm going to like really work on just connecting with my dreams. Even if you feel like you don't dream, like I don't ever remember my dreams, I've never remembered my dreams, Robin, you are dreaming, trust me. So it's just a matter of opening that dialogue, and you don't do it by stressing, you just do it by becoming aware. And the more you're just aware of it, and you just say, when you wake up, I keep a journal and a pen by the bed. You got to do that part of it. But just the first 2-3 thoughts, 1 or 2 little image pictures, just write them down, and the dialogue will continue to increase, and you'll be surprised at how much that will be a part of your art mythos and your storytelling. And it also helps really connect you to a lot of visual vocabulary. So what I thought it would be fun to do for this prompt is to do some collaging with a lot of like inspirational quotes and sayings. I went through and I got a lot of them that I liked and I connected with as it relates to dreams and dreaming, since we've been dealing a lot with our staircase, you know, with our goals and our dreaming and all that good stuff. I thought it would be fun to actually create a master board. In this case, we're going to do where you sort of string book pages together of different quotes, and then you can photocopy that. You can, and then you'll have it. You don't have to cut it up right away. I'm thinking about using it to, like I said, photocopy it and then use the papers over and over again in other collages and stuff, because our collages have a lot of pictures, but we don't necessarily have text in them that maybe relate to some of the things you're thinking about. A lot of times we put old book pages and things like that, but I thought I would integrate old book pages with some quotes. I ended up with about 5 pages. So this one I did on some graph paper that I have that actually is red. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then this one from our printables in, I think these were the May printables, where we had this paper here. So I printed some out on this paper as well, just to kind of have the push and pull of old papers and, stuff where, the papers look interesting. And then I have some old books, like I have this old book. I think this is like from the 1700s. So I was going to use some of that. I was going to use some of this Joss paper because it is like, I like the color of it. And it's pretty translucent. So when you glue it, you can glue it over book pages. And we're going to be able to see some of the text through it. And it just will add some interest. And these are just more old books. This is an Asian vintage book that I have that I like using. So we'll tear a section out of here. So I'm just going to, this is an old Shakespearean book on Henry IV. This is old dictionary, so we'll pull some pages out of that. So I've just got some various books here that I thought I'd take some pages out so we can integrate this stuff. You know, to just make an interesting text page that we can use over and over again. Or that you can use, you know, that you can actually, you know, you can use obviously the actual finished one as well. So I always like, even if you use the finished one in a project, I like to photocopy it so that it's like, you know, you have your own, you know, scrapbooking kind of paper, you know, Tim Holtz style, you know, that we pay for. You make your own. So what I'm doing is, this is just, you know, regular library book that, you know, you get the library sales. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to use this as the foundation for making our gratitude masterboard. I like this. I end up saving this because I like using those in other collages. So let's say we do about, I don't know how many it's going to take. I'll pull out 5 for right now. And so the way this works is, you've seen this before, I know. So we're going to start off by putting, so you start off by putting, you know, a couple pages side by side, and then just kind of grab some of the old papers and let me see, I just gotta get enough space going here to get started. Alrighty, so let me get my glue stick. And I like to sort of start off by getting the page joined. So you can just kind of start and join it right in the middle like that so it stays together. Easy peasy. Yep. And we're just going to grab and go, really. Some of the papers are fragile, but the nice thing about it is that we're putting things over top of this book page, which is this. You know, this is a fairly new book. It's probably only 10 years old or something like that. So these pages are a little more, not as fragile. So they'll hold up to, you know, us putting thinner papers on top of it. And so really with these, I'm not going to worry about trying to, my thinking was I wasn't going to try to like make sure every word of the quote is seen. I kind of just want to be able to, like for instance, like I just want to be able to put it down. Like some of it, you know, like some of them you may see the whole quote. In other cases, you won't see the whole quote. You know what I'm saying? It's just to sort of be inspirational, and you'll just see bits and pieces of it. So that's what I'm thinking. Not to try to have the whole thing being seen. So like that. I'm just going to sort of like just tear. Never done this before, so it's kind of new. Just an idea I had. You know, a lot of times I just have ideas and then I try stuff, so see how it works. I think it'll be pretty cool. So we can take like this piece here and put it down. So let's kind of maybe overlap it like that. And then I'll use bits and pieces of this as well. Boy, I'll tell you, things get sticky quick. Okay. Yeah, so this will be our gratitude master collage master board. See already how like the quotes are blending in well with our pages. So let's get some of this. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm loving it. So this week's quote that I've been inspired by is artists give people something, excuse me, I'm a little thirsty, something they didn't know they were missing. This is a quote from Daniel Pink. Came across his quote, and he's like this is motivational kind of, you know, personality. I didn't know about him till I came across, I think it was a podcast or something, and then, you know, I thought, wow, I really do like that quote though. So, seems like he speaks on a lot of things, not just art or anything, but I thought, how appropriate, you know. So we just got to keep on doing our art, and especially during these times where people need inspiration, they need something else to focus on. So it's like cool to think about that. You know, we give people things that they don't even know that they didn't know we're missing. Love it. So let's put this sort of like this. Like that. And we get a piece of this. So I have it in silver and gold. Okay. You know what I'm going to use? This paper is getting really sticky fast. So I also use this book as a glue book. So the pages that I'm using to put down is also my glue book surface. So that works. See, so we're getting a nice thing going here. I like that. And let's get a little bit of something from, I have all kind of pages here. Let's do this one maybe. Let me see, let's grab this. This right here is a quote by Lucille Ball. It says, "It's a hell of a start being able to recognize what makes you happy." I love that one. I thought, how true. If you can just figure out what makes you happy, boy, you are ahead of the game. Oh my goodness. So I like that one. It's a hell of a start. Being able to recognize what makes you happy. Okay, let me put this down here. And have a little something down here. So we're just going to go through. Okay, so I can pull a little bit of this because this will be transparent. Let's take a little bit more of this off. Love this Asian paper too. So I can just, you know, fold this and keep going. It keeps me from running into glue. Okay, this is looking good. And so even if a little bit of your book page peeks through, what's nice is you have text underneath. Okay, this is looking great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another piece and join it. So we're going to put this that, and let me get some, this paper is really strong, so we'll get a bit of this. It's old paper, but it's actually pretty strong. So yeah, I thought this would be fun, sort of making our own quotes and old paper. So if you don't have a lot of old books, don't worry about it, just get any. You know, you could fill it up entirely with quotes that you print out. You can use magazines. You can use some National Geographics, you know, magazines, anything like that 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 you may have that, you know, you can just use as I just would use text. I wouldn't try to use too many pictures. I mean, we do picture ones. I was thinking this would just be words, but I mean, you could do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna keep mine pictures. I'm gonna keep mine words. It's just a cool way to just have some things in your stash that's a little different than what we normally would have. And then of course this of course you can what am I saying, Robin? It just escaped me. Oh, do this as a part of your weekly journaling. You can actually make your master board and then, you know, photocopy it and then use bits of that along with your and of course in your journal for the week. You know, you can mix it with your papers, your jelly prints, your whatever you want. You know, I'm not saying don't use any kind of imagery. I was just thinking that if we made a solid page of just this kind of thing, then, you know, you can mix it in with other images. And a lot of times I shift the direction, so like I'm purposely putting this page in upside down. So, you know, it's a lot that can be done. So I have it on here as well. See, this here like that maybe. Okay, I like that. How are we doing? Okay, we're doing good on time. I don't want to keep on the time so I can make sure I can restart. I kind of have this fear of working away and forgetting to look up and then have a whole chunk of video that is not there because my camera, it will work, it goes every 30 minutes and then I have to just, you know, restart it. It's kind of sort of times out at that point. Okay, let's put that there like that. And I want to get something in that area. What else? I have other papers here. Oh, I have this. Well, I don't think I've used any of this stuff. Love this. Oh, that'd be nice right across there like that. Well, you don't want the whole, I don't want the whole page though. So let's just do like this. Kind of figure it in like that. Okay, that's good. Okay. This is French. This is an old French book from the 1700s. I love old books. Boy, it's like getting back out to these flea markets and I don't know. I really love traveling in Europe. I'm going on those kind of buying trips, but I just don't know. There's so much going on with these daggone, like I feel like, I'm gonna put this on top in a minute. I don't know about you all, but I feel like the folks who are in charge, I like this here. No, I'll put this here maybe. Don't really know what they're doing. I like this here. Reason why I say that is because have you all heard just recently where there's this big debate with the airlines now about not letting people who are vaccinated on the airplanes? Like I came across an article on that and I was listening to it in a news report and I'm like, because the airlines are concerned that some of the various vaccines, I understand, I don't know, I really don't, I try not to, I just try to have the basics, you know, just enough to keep myself, you know, aware, but not enough to be petrified, which during these times, whew, You want this, you want you want to be scared. You know, like they say, living daylight scared out of you. Just live in 2020 and 2021. It'll do it to you. But this business about loving this, that they're discovering now that people have been vaccinated, you know, for a period of time, that in fact, the certain forms of the vaccine have been causing blood clots. And as a result of that, the airline is really afraid to actually have passengers now that are vaccinated. Because once you get up to 30-something thousand feet, it encourages the formation of blood clots. And the airlines don't want the liability of people, you know, of this happening. I don't know. Have you guys heard about that? I could not believe it. When I heard it, I was like, I had to call my mother because she and I normally, you know, chit chat on all this. And I'm like, did you hear that? And she said, yeah, she had heard it. And she's like, what in the world? I'm like, I have no idea. That is crazy, because now, you know, everybody's running around getting vaccines, and, you know, so you can travel, you know, so you can show that you're vaccinated and everything. And now you mean to tell me that you're not ever going to be able to get on an airplane again? They don't even know how long that would be the case. Oh, I am just through. Because, like, that's your only hope to being able to travel, was to get the darn vaccine. And now you mean to tell me that, put something here. You mean to tell me that you now can't travel? Oh my goodness. I'm hoping that that's not a true story. I'm hoping I got that wrong some kind of way. I don't know. Have you guys heard about that whole thing? I mean, I've read and seen, I mean, I actually did some research and I've seen that it's still a topic that's being, you know, it's being talked about. So, whoa. So, of course, I got to that because I'm thinking about wanting to get to Europe and, you know, hit all of my little local places. But now, can you even get on an airplane? Oh my goodness, I don't even want to think about it. Oh boy, me don't even want to think about it. It's just amazing here. So this is coming along really nicely. See how the quotes are integrating? Everything's integrating. Now, I have decided, like, well, no, I am going different directions. So, yeah. Alrighty, so let's get this one down here. This is going sideways. So I think about all the people, I mean, I know people who got the vaccine for their job because they, you know, they have to travel all the time. And they got it. And that's their livelihood. I mean, they've got to travel in order to do their job. And you mean to tell me that now, man. Okay, let's change the subject, girls and boys. Like, I don't even want to think about this stuff. Now, this is another one of those old book pages. Oh, this is so good. So good. I like this joining pages together because I sort of like these long, you know, bits like that. And it's something nice about using up, you know, using these old book pages for, or using, you know, they're not so much old as in antique, but just old as in the library didn't want them anymore. In your, to kind of string these things together. You know, you see a number of the the girls on the various channels doing it this way. Boy, I've got a lot of quotes, don't I? I've got quite a bit here. Okay. Let's just tear this here. This. Alrighty. So I think it's time for me to join the next page. Let's put these together. Okay. Okay. I'm glad I looked up. It was getting ready to stop in just a few more seconds. So we're back at it again. Have a whole nother 30 minutes. Okay, so let's put this down here to connect the pages. I like this one too. A year from now, this is Karen Lamb, a year from now, you may wish you had started today. I can put my hand up on that one. How many times have I said, I'm going to do something, and then I don't start it, you know, or I forget about it, or life happens, and then it comes back around in my mind, and I thought, you know what, if I had just started it when I had that thought, I'd be so much further ahead right now. So I pulled that one because I wanted that as a reminder, because I can definitely relate to that. Definitely done that before. Okay, let's put that down. I'm liking this. Hope you guys like it too. It's coming together the way I saw it in my mind's eye. You know, I sort of visualized this sort of all these old pages, and that's why I wanted it to reproduce it on this on this paper that we got in the May pack, because I wanted it to look old and mix in with the old book pages and stuff like that. So I'm just going to cut this off. Well, I'll just wrap it over. Just makes it stronger. Okay. It's nice seeing all these old pages together. Okay, so I need to put something there because I just joined it together. And I want to use some more of this, but I have the orange and the gold, so let's grab that. It's here somewhere. Like, I'm in a sea of mess right now. I've got pages everywhere. Okay, let's take one of these. That's nice right there. All right. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. I like that there, and it's nice because you can see the words underneath it, but it doesn't, you know, scream at you. Okay. Put this here. This down here like this. Okay. Alrighty, so let's put this here. really do love doing this kind of collaging. And let me grab some of this. I love this old Asian book pages because it I like the small type, and I also like the fact it's this little yellowy kind of color, and when you put it down it's translucent, like you can see through it really nicely, but you still get that little bit of yellow. So wow. So I'm just kind of layering it over some of what was already there. The other pages underneath, you still get to see it though. Okay. Let's get some more quotes in there. After a while, my fingers get super sticky. Kind of want to put this, trying to just stagger some of my quotes in between the old book pages. So just kind of seeing where they fit. Okay. Whoops. So, this in here. This is Ben Stein. It says the indispensable first step to getting things you want out of life is this: decide what you want. Oh my God, like some of it seems like so like maybe tongue-in-cheek, but isn't it true? Like a lot of times, you know, has anybody asked you like, what do you want? Sometimes it could just be a gift. You know, like what would you like for your birthday, or what would you like? And you know, it's like, I don't know if you're like me, but I have to stop and really think like, oh, let me think, you know, that kind of thing. Or if a person, you know, asks you like, what is it, like, how would you, like, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? Or what would you like people to remember about a project? Or, you know, it don't have to be like a big thing about like your life. It could just be you're working on a project. What would you like people to get most from what you're doing or something like that? You know, like you really have to stop and think. It's amazing how like we don't really always know right off the top of our heads the answers to a lot of questions that affect us and the things that we're doing. So that's why I like that one, because that reminds me of how true that really is. How very true. Okay. Okay. And let's, okay, that's, and see, once we kind of get this basic thing down, you can actually come and fill it out with more of your quotes. You can have as many or as few, whichever. So I want to preserve this piece because I want to put that somewhere where I always like these little thumb holes. So let me put this here. Throw that away. Okay. This I'll put upside down. Oh no, I think I'll put it, I want to put it this way because I do want to see the, when I overlap the thumb hole. Let's get some of this green. Haven't had this for a while. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. To not dare is to lose oneself. Soren Kierkegaard. That is a good one too, I have to say. I'm gonna put this down, but let me put another little piece of something underneath it. I have this right here, so let's grab that. So when I put this down, okay, I have some of this paper. Let me see, I want to put that like that. Okay, so let's put this down next. So we'll add one more sheet on before we're done. You guys get the idea. I've had a chance to hang out and catch up. So I'll put this here like that. Alrighty. And this is the one I want to kind of put over like that. So I wanted to preserve that little thumb hole. And then I'm going to put, because I know what I'm going to do. Then I'll put, let me just get this down. And I'll come back with some more of my other page. Alrighty, so let's put this upside down. Bring it down to there. That way I got the little thumb hole, little dictionary bit like that. And then I'm going to use some more of this old book page. And let me see, I kind of want to get it here. Aston, I think that's, hold on, let me let him in. Come on. Go ahead, lay down. Okay, so put this here. Okay, perfect. Like that. Put this in here, kind of overlapping it like that. And let's get some more of this silver, which, no, I'm not going to put it there. I'll just get a little narrower piece and get it right in here somewhere maybe. I figure out where I want to put it. I'll put it right there. You gonna lay down, buddy? You gonna lay down? Okay. So where did I think I was going to put this right here, right? Okay. I really do need my card for that. Here it is. Oh, I love it. So this one will get, so we're gonna, so I feel like I want to put, see, I can start filling in the spaces. I want to get a quote in there, but let me see. Sort of this color is nice. I kind of want to cover over top of some of the old book pages, you know, because we want to see the quotes. Put it there. I'll put that one upside down because some are sideways, some are facing forward, and some are upside down. That way, you know, like you can use the pages. However you use them, they can go in different directions. Okay. Okay. So let's do, clearly, I have enough paper and quotes to do 3 times this amount. But let's add one more here. So let's put this one upside down. Alrighty. So I'm going to put this like that. Okay. Alrighty. It's good stuff. So I will definitely photocopy this and use it in my my journals this week. But you know what? This would be really cool to actually use the real page in like a book. You know, like you could do these, because this kind of stuff you can also do with your eyes closed. I mean, you know, you can do this while you're looking at movies. You know, just, this is kind of like idle, just chilling, wanting to keep your hands busy, but it's not like a big full out art project where you can sit down with the family and do this while looking at a movie, stuff like that, right? So thinking that making these, you could just make a lot of these and then use them as pages in a book, like, you know, really end up cutting them up in a way that they become pages in a book project. That occurs to me. It's one of the ways I would use them. Looking for some of this paper here. Okay. Okay. That there. Okay. I want to put some more of that gold paper down too. Joss paper. Okay. I like this one because it has like all of the pronunciation symbols on it. I think that's cool in these old dictionaries. Okay, so let's grab some quotes now. Let's get one of these. Okay. So, other than hanging out in our studios, keeping ourselves busy, I hope everything else is going well for everyone. Here we are. Let's see. I want to kind of figure out how I want to finish this off because I just have this bit right here. I need to put some of this down, don't I? I didn't put any of this down for a minute, and that's going to just really disappear. And this is a good place for it. That's a good spot for it. So we're making our own gratitude inspiration papers that we can use over and over again. Like, I think it's a cool way just to keep up with the quotes, or, you know, you could do this for also the prompt that we've been working on, which is self-compliments. This is a good one for that too. Like, you could just do a list of all the things that you've thought up that you can, you know, like that you can pay yourself a compliment on, and then type them up, do them the same way I did them here, and do a master board. And then that's something that you can just use over in your journal when you want to just stay inspired and just remember, you know, that you're going in a good direction. Where is this? Is what I'm looking for. So that was the other thing that occurred to me that can be. Okay, so that finishes that off really nicely there. So let's put this right here because I kind of want to end with a with some square edges, you know, just to finish it off. Okay. Alrighty, that's good. Color paper do I want to put down? I feel like I should use some more of this. I've only used it a couple of times, so yeah, let's put this down. I like these little janky cuts the way they're tearing there. I think that's pretty cool. So let's, oh, that'll be good to put, well, so let's see, we can put this one here. Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's put that one there. Okay. Wow. We're coming up on 23 minutes. So this is a good hour plus video. But you know, this type of collaging takes some time, I find. Which is why I like to do it when I'm just, you know, chilling, listening to a podcast or listening to some easy music or, you know, that kind of thing. Because it's perfect, really. It's perfect that way. Okay, so just a few more pieces here. Let's grab some of this. Okay. Alrighty. And that orange with the gold I'm gonna put at the bottom. Let's put this here. Okay. And this goes here. Just perfect. I want to put something in here. I'm here to tell you, I have stuff. Did I use, I think I used 5 sheets, didn't I? Let's get a piece of this. Okay. Let's do like, oops, that really slipped. Do like this. Okay, that's good. And if I put this here, I still have a little bit there I want to cover. So let's get some of this paper here. That right there. So just about finished. If I put this here, this piece goes right here. Perfect. This looks good. Looks good. So this is going to go down there, and then I just want, I'm going to put one more piece, something in this blank space right there. So I'm going to find a quote to put there. And then I think I'm done. I've got 2 minutes to spare. Well, it won't be because I'll be finishing up. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. And you'll find it useful and fun as we continue on in our series. And this one is all about keeping our dream journals, keeping track of, you know, inspiration and all of the things that we like to think of as artists, and maybe this is a good one. Okay, let's grab this one. Yeah, and just kind of get some fresh ideas, fresh inspiration. I find that's what works for me. So I thought I would share it with you all. And in the meantime, you can allow these pages to be, you know, where you can put some of your favorite quotes. You can actually mix them. You can do quotes along with your self-compliments. You guys really seem to like that too. I'm glad you did, because I find that works for me. And like, yeah, one of you were saying that you thought like it was more proactive and like more positive. I mean, like you found it more useful than like affirmations or things like that, because you were actually finding something that you had done that really happened to use it as a reinforcer for continuing. So if you enjoyed this video, please thumbs it up. If you're new to the community, please like the video, and join me back next week. But this is what it looks like. I'll kind of just try to do a run through. So, yep, and we use we use 5 pages. And so you can, you know, you can definitely turn them different ways. That's what I like about, you know, making sure that you put things in different directions so that you can move them around. So I really like this. I'm looking forward. So this I will be using in my journal, and I'll show you guys next week when we catch up again. And in the meantime, happy creating. Enjoy your week and all the, you know, all the time in your studio and the journals and all that good stuff. Love you guys. Take care, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.